South Korean President Moon Jae-in lands in Pyongyang Tuesday, he will seek a conclusion to the Korean War and, he has said, a renewed commitment to denuclearization by North Korean Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un. But the third summit between the two leaders also stands to strengthen North Korea's status as a state that has achieved increasingly normal relations with its neighbors despite defying the world by amassing a nuclear arsenal. In the past 5 months, Mr. Kim has held a series of high-level talks with top leaders in China, the US and South Korea. The most recent saw him raising arms in a triumphant gesture with Lee Zhanshu, one of the most powerful men in China, during North Korea's 17th National Day celebrations. It was the latest signal that in many ways, China has already normalized relations with North Korea, said Tong Zhao, a Beijing-based non-proliferation expert at the Carnegie Tsinghua Center for Global Policy. With its regular leaders' meetings, South Korea is in the process of doing the same, he said. While Russia has been such an unenthusiastic enforcer of the White House-led maximum pressure policy, that the US on Monday accused it of consistent and wide-ranging violations of sanctions against North Korea. All of it has weakened Washington's hand at a crucial moment with time dwindling for President Donald Trump ahead of midterm elections. The US has lost its coercive leverage over Pyongyang, Mr. Zhao said. Nuclear dismantlement remains a key stated goal for the summit in Pyongyang this week, with Mr. Moon pledging on Monday to promote US-North Korea talks aimed at denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. But Mr. Moon's top priority is peace on the Korean Peninsula, which remains technically at war after hostilities ended in 1953 with an armistice agreement. What I seek is not a temporary change that may be decided by international conditions, but irreversible and lasting peace that will literally not shake despite how international conditions changed, Mr. Moon said Monday. One of his aims is commercial, as South Korea's biggest conglomerate's eye potential work in North Korea, which covers its neighbor's technology and capital. The two sides have talked about ways to avoid military tensions and the possibility of constructing a railway system, said Liu Zhao, director of the Border Study Institute at the Liaoning Academy of Social Sciences, and one of China's foremost experts on North Korea. Mr. Moon plans to arrive in Pyongyang Tuesday morning flanked by high-ranking executives from Samsung Electronics, SK Group and LG Group. He will also come accompanied by expectations that he can find a new path to nuclear reconciliation between Pyongyang and Washington, and therefore enable a new round of Trump-Kim talks to happen, Mr. Liu said. It's widely agreed that the South played a matchmaker role ahead of their first meeting, so it's natural for the world to expect Moon to do something similar this time. North Korea has told South Korean representatives that it wants to denuclearize the Korean Peninsula before the end of Mr. Trump's first term. Pyongyang, however, sees its own denuclearization as contingent upon the removal of US nuclear protections for South Korea. In the meantime, it has shown little sign of disassembling its hard-won atomic arsenal. There continue to be signs that DPRK is maintaining and developing its nuclear weapons and ballistic missile programs, United Nations Political Affairs Chief Rosemary DiCarlo warned on Monday, using the formal name for North Korea. North Korea hopes that over time, people will start to learn to live with reality, Mr. Zhao said. With a report from Alexandra Lee.